welcome to the podcast. You're very welcome here by the fire with me, Emma. And I've got my cup of tea. And honestly, this is the most relaxed podcast I've maybe shot in over a year. There is, for the first day in a very long time, there is no one else in this house apart from Rufus, who you will have seen already. So I feel like this is going to be a nice episode. I'm not going to have to snatch a few moments here and there. I can just relax into it and really chat about my projects and my ideas. I can't remember where I left off last time or what I was watching for or what I've shown you. My last episode was I think it was in January. And I'm actually drinking this out of a Laura Boyd ceramics mug. And I did an interview with Laura in my new series called Thinking Through Making, where I interview other creatives about their life and work. So I'll put a link to that in the description in case you're interested. The fire's really going here now. We've turned the heating off, so we're going with the fire only currently, most days. And the sun is out, so it's actually really nice. I'm in Northern Ireland, just in case you're interested to know where I'm situated in the world. And yeah, my knitting's been going so well since January. I feel like I'm having a creative explosion. I have loads of ideas, loads of colours, loads of stuff happening in the shop. So I'm really excited about telling you about all of those things. I will start with what I'm wearing. I think this is my latest finished object. This is the Dunrobin sweater by Corinne Tomlinson of the Woolly Thistle. And I knitted this in 2 strands of my Swarbles and Blue Texel yarn. It's a finger and weight yarn and I held it double to make like an iron weight. It's woolen spun, so it makes, in theory, 2 strands of finger and weight yarn held together should make a DK, but it definitely makes like a denser kind of fabric because it's woolen spun. Not dense, but like puffier fabric. So it kind of, yeah, so I was definitely easily getting an iron weight gauge with it. And the fabric is stunning. Totally underrated breeds, I feel, in yarn circles maybe. This was kind of, it's a limited edition yarn, so they're always kind of experimental for me to put different breeds together. But this one turned out really, really nicely. And the colour, I'm going to stand closer to see if you can see it. So it's not like a straight black by any means. It definitely has lots of wee lighter bits and it definitely has a warm tone throughout it, which I really appreciate, that colour nuance. Being quite, I would say, I don't know how you would say this, like a colour sensitive person, like I get the nuances in colour basically, which is a good thing considering my job as a yarn dyer. So yes, so this project just literally knit itself, and when I started knitting on it, I felt like it was quite, I became a very monogamous knitter, so to speak, on this project, and so it knitted really fast. It was bottom up, but because it's a split hem, you cast on the front and the back separately, and then you join in the round. And it had some very interesting shaping around the shoulders. So let me think now. So yes, I knit up to the oxters, as we say around here, the armpits. Let me know if you say that anywhere else in the world. Then yes, some very interesting shaping to do the shoulders, and because it looks like quite like a basic sweater, but it's really constructed in an interesting way. I thought I'd never done a shoulder construction like this. And I end it as well, so you do like wrap and turns, and then you end with this beautiful 3 needle bind off. Hopefully you can see it. And then you knit the collar, and you also then you can go in and knit the sleeves. I think I knit a sleeve and then the collar and then the other sleeve. I did make a modification in the sleeves. So you're supposed to decrease in the sleeves, but I didn't because I felt it was quite tight here already. But after I blocked it, it was fine, and I'm glad I didn't decrease because I like that little bit of room in the sleeves. I also, the cuffs were supposed to be small like this, just these 4 or 5 rows. But I wanted to make it match this because I thought, I don't know, it's kind of cozy looking or something. I do find that this front hem flips up because it is quite short. So if I was going back to make it again, I would maybe make it a wee bit longer. But it's a very wearable piece, and it's a very, I just love the colour of it. You can wear it with anything, and it works so well with this dress that I have. So really nice. So that is my only finished object in this episode. But considering I don't even know if I had swatched in January. Had I? I'm sure I have. Not sure. But yeah, I think I did quite well. And sorry for the slurping. I know that annoys some of you, but you know, it tastes better when you slurp. So, next thing that is kind of dirty, but I just wanted to show you, because this has been getting a lot of wear. Not from me, obviously, from my daughter. She is 2, and I knitted this last year. It's called the Seolta Mini by Ailbiona McLaughlin. And it's knitted in my Causeway yarn, the undyed Causeway, and then a mini skein set. Not hold it too close to the fire. And I just think it looks so cute because it's got little boats on it. And she's actually done an adult's version as well, so you could match. And it has this little sailor's collar on it, which I love. This was my first all over colour work garment, and I loved it so much. It was the most addictive thing ever to knit. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4 colours plus 5 if you count the main colour. And how you do it is it was bottom up, and then the armholes were steeped, and this neckband was steeped as well. And then you pick up stitches and do this beautiful collar, and then you knit the sleeves cuff up, and then you Kitchener the sleeves onto the body. So kind of advanced, but also not difficult at the same time. But that also makes it really interesting. So I would really, really recommend this pattern. It was another one that flew off the needles because I became kind of addicted to it. So I actually did that last year, but it only fits her now because for me it was more important to get a nice fabric on this and be comfortable knitting it than it was to have it the perfect size. So it turned out great. I'm a loose knitter anyway, and oh, you know what? She's actually kind of ruined it because she snagged a few bits, including this piece here, which I had thought I pulled to the inside. There was another bit as well. Seems to have made its way out again. So that's kind of sad. There's definitely a few pulls in it, so Yeah, but she looks so cute when she wears it. I don't really mind. It's only for such a short time that she'll wear it anyway, so you may as well wear it and get the good of it. I was a little bit precious about it at the start. I was like, have to take this off for eating, have to, you know, like look after it. But now I'm just like, just wear it and I'll knit you another one. It's a great excuse to knit another one. Okay. Work in progress. I really only have 2 works in progress. This is, I don't know if I had cast this on last time. I think maybe I did. This is the Helle sweater by, let me get this right before I mess it up. No, that is not the pattern. By Tonje. Doesn't say. I'll put the name here. And when I cast this on, I thought, oh, this is very similar to this, but actually it's constructed in a completely different way and also really interesting and nice way. So at the moment, this is my kind of about town project, because I'm just knitting stockinette straight down. I don't have to do any shaping or anything like that. So that's a really nice, easy project to take around if I'm going somewhere, if I just want something easy to knit on. So for this project, I'm using a combination of my Hearth DK, which is weirdly similar to this, the colour of the wall, and my BFL Gotland 4-ply, which is the yarn that I used in my Fernie corner shawl. I found like 5 skeins of it that I had dyed, and I was like, ooh, wouldn't this be a nice subtle-ish marl? It's probably the loudest marl that I've done to date, but I think it looks really good, and the colour's very like zingy but understated. They're not any particular colourways, I just kind of made them up when I was dyeing it and kind of kept them for myself. So with this one again, you knit the collar on, you knit the sleeves, but I'm considering quite a big modification. I don't know if I should or not, but I have enough yarn to basically knit this into like a tunic or like an extra long jumper. Would that be cool or not? I don't know. I think it could be really cozy. Normally I go for, you know, stuff like this that's like slightly cropped or whatever. But I'm thinking it could be kind of cool to have something different. And then you could like wear it with leggings, you could, I don't know. It would have to be quite long though, wouldn't it? So basically making it into a dress. Is that crazy? I don't know. We'll see. So the fit seems good. I tried it on. The neck opening looks big, but by the time the collar's on that, it won't look big, because they always look big at this point. So I'm really enjoying how the marl works up. That keeps it kind of interesting. And I've got a little stitch marker from Chapel View Crafts. It's a little macaroon, or sorry, macaron. I don't know how you say it. If there's any French viewers, you can keep me right. My French is not good. Next, I have a couple of projects that one that I've just started, and one, this is my swatch for the Helle sweater. One that I have just cast on. So this one I'm really excited about. This has been on my knit list for the longest time, for at least a year. And every time I seen this pattern come up, I was like, I have to knit that, I have to knit that. And I just never got to the point of like doing it. But now I have. And I decided that I would like to knit this project, which is called the Sorgenfri Jacket Mini, I think, by Indieblomst, I think is the designer's name. So bought the pattern, and the yarn is my Heart Decay undyed, and I just think it's such a nice colour. It's a mix of Blueface Leicester and Jacob. It's worsted spun, and yeah, it's like a DK weight, like 240 meters per 100 grams. And so this is my little swatch, which is blocked. Yay. I'm a very good girl. Blocking my swatches. And I have cast it on. So it is knit flat. This is the right side you're looking at now. Don't know if you can see that there. And this is actually the second time that I've cast this on. So the first time, I don't know what happened, but I got even further than this. I was like this far down the yoke, and I was like, why is this not working? And then I realized when I read back in the pattern, I had cast on the wrong amount of stitches at the very beginning. So I had to rip it all out again, but I knew it was probably only going to be like a night or 2 nights work to get back to where I was, so it was fine. Said to my husband, and he was like, sure, that's great, then you get double the amount of fun out of it. Which is so funny. So yeah, this is a trickier little project than you would imagine. So it's knit flat and it's textured, so that means the right side and the wrong side have different instructions. The buttonholes are knit into it. There's instructions to do a special edge, and there's a yoke increasing, so you're doing 4 things at once. And it took quite a bit of reading of the pattern to like get into my head what I was supposed to be doing, because I don't know, for some reason my brain was like not reading the pattern in the way that the designer I think had intended, so I had to read it a few times just to kind of like really get in the vibe of this designer, because each designer kind of has their own language of like how they write patterns, and you need to kind of like tune into it, especially if you're used to knitting certain designers. It took me a wee while to tune into a new designer, but it's also like really fresh and nice to see it from a different way. So this is what it will kind of look like this, and I just continue with the yoke, and then I don't know what happens then. I have read the whole pattern, but I can't remember. But anyway, it's looking very cute, very tidy and neat in this yarn. I wouldn't say the stitch definition's unbelievable, but it's kind of like really nice, like it looks really nice in this yarn. So I'm really enjoying this, and this is at the moment my go-to evening knitting project, and this is my out and about project. However, I have another project which I have swatched for and also bought yarn for, which I never do, rarely, very rarely, because I have a yarn shop obviously. So the next project I want to show you is my swatch for the Cloud Sweater by Petite Knit. So this is quite a new pattern out by Petite Knit, and as soon as I seen it, I had this yarn in my stash, which is Rowan Kid Classic, which is 70% wool, 22% mohair and 8% polyamide, and it comes in 50 gram balls. This has been in my stash since I was at uni, and I never found the perfect pattern for it. And when I seen this, I thought, yes, this is the one. My dad actually bought this yarn to me as a present when I was like maybe 21, and it was kind of like my first big yarn purchase that I didn't buy myself because it was present. He bought it for me, but it was first proper like yarn I bought, and I just never used it. I don't know why. But now I found the perfect project. So this is going to be for my mother-in-law. It's for her birthday, which was in January. And she just wanted one modification on the sleeves, totally fine. But then, yeah, so to meet gauge I had to get some silk mohair, and I went for the Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair in Dusty Dove Blue. And I was buying this online, obviously, as you do. You're kind of like, is this going to be the right colour or is it not? And I kind of conversed with my sister-in-law, and she thought that this would be the best colour, kind of a classic blue more than like a teal blue, and we thought that these would be a good combination. So they came and I swatched them together, and oh my goodness, the colour is amazing. I'm so into it. The texture is incredible, like so nice, and because it's so different from my normal yarn that I normally knit with, it's such a novelty to be knitting this. I'm kind of slightly gutted that I don't get to keep it, but I know it will go to a good home. But there was a little bit of, I don't know, like about a week ago, there was a discussion in the house. I wasn't sure if she actually liked it or not, or wanted it, or she kind of wanted to change it, but then I've already got the pattern and bought the yarn, and it was kind of a bit confusing. But anyway, I'm going to knit it, and then if she likes it she can keep it, and if she doesn't like it I'll keep it and change the sleeves to the way they are in the pattern. So it's a really light and airy fabric, and I think it would be really nice and warm, but it's in this lovely spring light dusty blue, which I love. So I can just start that basically. I'm ready to go with that. Now, yarn things. I forgot to say when I was showing you the Seolta mini that I have yarn for this in my shop currently. So I have, if I can reach small, these 4 colours that you could do it in, along with my undyed causeway. These 4 50-gram natural sock skeins come as a set. I've called it primaveral, which means like spring. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I think these would look really cute and be kind of, well, obviously it's like a nautical theme. There's no blues here, but I think it would still look really nice. So that's pretty nice. And I did update my shop with causeway a couple of weeks ago, and there's still like a reasonable amount left, I would say. And I just wanted to show you a few things that I dyed. A few colours that I have and that I'm quite proud of, and that I'm kind of into. So first of all, this is the undyed, just for reference. I did some dyeing with alder cones, so all the colours with alder, I did have another one but it's sold out now. So this is the undyed. This is alder cones and iron. This is this colour modified with iron, and this is alder cones, just straight alder cones. And these would look so good together, I think, in a project, colour work project. The causeway yarn is 350 meters per 100 grams, and it's Teeswater and Oxford down from a flock 6 miles away from my house. So super local. This one here, this Warbles in Blue Textile, is actually sourced on the same road, so it's actually only 5 or 6 miles away from my studio as well. So I'm really into the provenance, the local yarns around here, or there's no local yarns, the local fibre and the sheep that are around here that I can use. I can buy the clip and send it off to get it spun. So some more colours that I'm kind of into at the moment. I feel a few colours are having a colour moment. I don't have them all here. I think the mustard is really cool and spring-like, and it's good for adding accents to colour work. Gonna make sure the camera's still rolling. It is. Now, these 3 colours, I'm super into these together. This is jasmine, yep, and olive and wildflower. And these go so well together. And you know what I think these would be super good for? Sister Mountain, Claire of Sister Mountain has a new tank top, vest top coming out called the Ailbiona's tank. It's a reference to Annie Ailbiona, a weaver and textile artist. These colours would be so nice in it, and I feel like they're having a moment, along with maybe like emerald green. I really like them together. I already have something in this colour. I have something pretty close in this colour, so I'm thinking I would actually really like to knit something in this lilac colour, which is not like me at all. But you can see how I'm influenced by trends. Now I want to knit something in this colour. I'm not entirely sure what, truth be told. Maybe I could knit a cloud sweater in this. I don't know if the fabric would be exactly what you'd expect for the pattern. But anyway, so those are all in the shop. And I also have, quite a lot of sock sets like this in the shop. I have a purple one, a blue one, and a green one. Those are all currently in the shop. This is my Hearth sock base, so it's no nylon, non-superwash, and it is Jacob and Blueface Leicester, the same as the DK, but this one's high twist and a different ply for socks. So yeah, this has 330 meters per 100 grams, in case you're wondering. Then I would like to show you something new, and you heard it here first. I'm just going to grab this. So this year I'm bringing a new yarn to the shop, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it now, and then I'll do a proper video about it before I launch it. This is a very special yarn. It was grown in Ireland, spun in Ireland, and naturally dyed here in Northern Ireland by me. I got it custom spinned, and it is a native Irish breed of sheep called Galway. It's very rare, and there's only, I think, 5,000 kilos available in the world of it, and I got some. So I got this custom spun to a sport weight. It's 300 meters per 100 grams, and I have been dyeing it up, and I've got a sample knitter to knit me swatches of it. I haven't actually got to the point of knitting a garment with it yet, which I do intend to do. This yarn is very dry and crisp. I wouldn't describe it as soft, but it does have character, and it has an amazing story, and it also really supports the farmers who are keeping this breed going, the Galway. So that's really cool that I managed to get some in the shop, and hopefully if you like it, I know it'll be probably an acquired taste, although a lot of you are used to the kind of yarns and fibres that I like. So hopefully this won't be too crazily out there. So I've been dyeing it up in lots of spring colours. I'll put a photo here of what I did today. But these are 3 colours that I'm really into. So this is the undyed. You can see the base colour is really white. It's woolen spun, by the way, so perfect for colour work. This would also be really good for the Ailbiona's tank, I suspect. This is dyed with alder cones, and so is this. But I kind of want to have one loose so you could kind of see what it's like. It definitely has a crisp handle. But I think the stitch definition for like things like cables and lace work would be really good. It is a 2-fold yarn, like most of my yarns are. And yeah, grown on Irish soil, spun on Irish soil, and dyed here in Northern Ireland. So that's really cool. And in the upcoming weeks, I'm going to have really exciting interviews with some really exciting people who have farmed the Galway sheep, people who have knit with Galway wool, just to give you a bit of an insight into the breed and the yarn and kind of the whole story with it, basically. And soon, hopefully, I'll be getting my swatches back, and I'm knitting a swatch of my own, and I will soon be casting on a project with this. So this beautiful fibre will be launching on St. Patrick's Day, which is a Sunday, but I thought that would kind of be good because then I'll be packing on a Monday. Then I'll be going back to shop updates at the end of the month, so there'll be 6 weeks from when this launches until the next shop update. But yeah, so that is my new base for 2024, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm going to have as many colours as I can. Although if you watch my last vlog, you'll know that I'm having some trouble with my pots and the electrics here in the house. But I'm going to do as much as I can, and hopefully you'll be interested to give it a go, try it and see what you think. I'll have 100 gram skeins and 50 gram skeins, so there's a bit of choice there if you are wanting to do colour work or just test out like 50 grams of it and see what you think. So yes, next, dream knits. I'm gonna make sure this is still filming. So here, I haven't shown you this yet, and I haven't even shown you my own advent calendar yet, which I do intend to do. This is the Pride and Prejudice advent calendar from Hello Stella. We did a swap, and the colours in it are just so beautiful. And I was kind of searching around for patterns. I seen a pattern by Wool & Beyond. It was like a little vest, but I wouldn't have had enough of one mini skein to do the I-cord on the vest. And the main skein, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And I really wanted something that would show it off while using up like some of these colours. So I seen the Holger set by Petite, and it's a perfect scrappy project, and I thought that'll be a good one for this yarn. And I can probably, I would imagine that I could use up, probably do like 2 green. I'm going to hold, I think it might be a DK weight, so I'll hold all of these doubles, so that means it'll be like a wee bit of a marl on the green, a bit of a marl on the blue, and then the collar's red, so I might do that, and there'll be enough in this mini skein to hold it double and to do the collar, I think. So I'll still have these left. I'm not 100% sure what I'll do with them actually. I would go for these 2 blues rather than that one. So this is the colours that I think I would use if I was knitting that. I would just do the jumper, I don't think I'd do the trousers. I think this would be so cute, these colours together. So that's my plans for that. And with my own advent set, I'm not sure what I'll do. I might do a project by Laura Penrose. She has a few projects like that mini skeins could work with as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this nice relaxed episode by the fire, and I hope you'll join me again in the next episode. So yeah, thanks for tuning in and spending time with me, and I hope you're enjoying your knitting at the moment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.